Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us, so welcome to your bonus news video on Missing Link Ultra Magnus. So as you've probably seen by the thumbnail, I've managed to accumulate a load of new images regarding this simply amazing figure, and already it's one of the most anticipated figures for next year. That's right, unfortunately we're not going to get it until March next year, Takara are predicting, and also it's available for pre-order in loads of places. Shows you've sold out momentarily. They're going to be getting more in stock or more pre-orders up very soon. For you guys in the UK, in-demand stores have got it as well. It's 140 quid, 139.99. In the US, it's $185, and in Japan, it's 27,500 yen. Now, this first part I showed you last week, you may or may not have seen that video, but via the Takara Tomy YouTube, they put this video up, and it gave us a very quick introduction, just showing us a few things, exactly, what we've seen pretty much already. But what's happened over the weekend? We've had two sightings of this figure. The first and foremost was on display at Volks, I can't even say this, Akihabara Hobby Paradise in Tokyo. Right, so what we've got here is a couple of images. All of these images, by the way, are from TFW 2005. So this is one of them on display, showing off the new elbow and shoulder joints, but more so right next to a G1 original. Now, the cool thing with this is you can see there that it's probably a couple of millimeters taller. Again, that'll be due to all the added articulation in the legs, in the ankles, etc. And of course, the addition of the Deerstalker mini vehicle, which once again we will see in quite a bit more detail in a second. These images weren't the greatest, to be honest, but it was just nice, I'm sure you'll agree, to see them standing right next to each other. However, the big lot of new images, and in fact the video that they put up, I can't find the video personally, but again, this is via TFW 2005, and that's because in store they did a live shopping stream at the Takara Tomy Mall website. Excuse me. So this is the article here, and there you can see, so these pictures, they're not going to fit the full screen because it was just a live stream, normal, as I say, portrait. What I've done is I've zoomed in on the pictures, and we can discuss them in exactly that in more detail. So they did first and foremost just a quick show of the figure. They give it a quick spin around just to show just how he was held in, which again I will come and talk about in much more detail when we see the detailed pictures on it. So the figure itself, it's insane how they've managed to get this as good as they have. It really was a G1 brick. It really was something that you couldn't do much with, and that you also had the problem with the fact that the cab pretty much fell out the back quite a lot. So there's loads of things to talk about with that and how they've held it in when we get around to it in a second. I'd love, again, if anybody's got this actual video or knows where it is, let me know. Okay, so this is Deerstalker, that's what they're calling him. This is the little buggy that comes with the particular figure. Now, with the Diaclone figures and the original releases, this little buggy came with him as standard, and of course you had your pilot there, or driver rather, which again came as standard. So they're showing the fact that this is, again, these are going to come with this particular issue. It's such a brilliant nod. It's such a great nod to Diaclone. The great thing as well, look, they're even giving him his own collector's card with his specs, with all the details on it, and of course he's going to transform. And in this particular video, they took the time to show the transformation, which I'm sure you can believe isn't too difficult. So it looks like we're going to separate the front of the bonnet, open up the legs, spin them round, attach the top bit together, join that, pull the arms around, pull the hands out the back, bring them around, and he's got two blasters around the top of his head as well. So this is just great. I love the fact that they've put this in. I love the fact that they've gone to such an effort to make it such a substantial part of the figure, and as you can see, they're both very pleased with the result as well. And it looks like there's a port there on the back. I don't know exactly what for, but it looks to be the same size as a flight stand. What, I don't really know. I've got to be dead honest with that. That's the bit I don't know. This is where it gets interesting though, guys. This is where it starts to answer all the questions we wanted to know. So here are the shoulders. Look, you can remember take them out to the side. You can take them right up and out. So they are on their own independent hinges, which you can see you can move completely up and out of the way. Look at that. I'm pretty sure that's an ab crunch. They're showing that it's leaning forward. There's a separate hinge you can see just above the white waist attachment right there. So they're leaning that forward, and then this is where they go into the detail on the legs. So we'll come to the back bit in a second, but because we know he's really secured, what you're going to be able to do is, I don't want to use the word prize, but they are making it look like they're prizing it, but they are pulling it apart nice and gently, and you can see you can either have them both at an angle, like so, of course, or you can put them back together and just take the one leg right out. You can take it right out. The white leg of the cab sort of follows in between, not leaving too much visible, and then you've got this beautiful new ankle tilt as well. So if you wanted, you could just have the one leg, as you can see there, fully stretched out, or well, stretched out a bit, and then put the ankle tilt to make it touch the floor. And it's just so good. I can't believe what they've done. You can see, look how big that gap is there, where his middle finger is, showing you how much of a gap and a range they've got on that ankle tilt. It looks so good. And then, as I say, you can take the chest piece off. Now this is what I'm wondering, again, no confirmation, but if you have a look at this, it looks to be an extra hinge in there. Now I'm hoping, if this is the case, that you can fold this whole red part down and of course remove the matrix from the chamber. Whether or not that's a thing, I'm not too sure, but it definitely looks like there is some form of a hinge, something going on there. They don't confirm this for me in this particular video they recorded, unfortunately. What they then showed is all the other features that, again, most people, even if they own the G1 toy, perhaps didn't realise that, you know, the chest piece for Magnus was indeed another mode of transport for the driver, and you attach the head, and that is a genuine thing. As I say, this is something that's been around for 40 odd years, and it's great to see, you know, getting a resurgence, getting to see how the figures and the parts were all originally used and what they were all originally intended for. There again, that's got to be an ab crunch, because look, he's bending down to look at him, and again you can see the two hinges round about by the waist. Once again, showing off the ankle, and then if we come around to the back, we can see in a lot more detail just how well he is held in, and the fact that there are all these other screws, all these other hinges, because right underneath where them feet are, although it's not highlighted in this video, we know that there's a knee bend as well. So you've got all these extra features, extra tabs, extra connecting points there, because he can bend his knee, which again is another amazing addition to the Transformers Generation 1 original figure. Now, the reason why I think, again, they've put loads of effort into this is, one, because they'll sell, two, because they're going to reuse this mold multiple times. We're going to get, you know, every single Diaclone iteration from Powered Convoy, etc, etc. I genuinely think we're going to get the other Magnus, the shining one, the one that's got the naughty name. I think they're going to absolutely, completely, obliterate it, which is great. I'm super excited for it. It looks like they've answered all the questions there with how articulate it is, what it can do, etc. You guys let me know what you think in the comments though, and have you pre-ordered it already? I have. Take care.